guess. First thing on the agenda should be the pledge of the flag. And we'll have Dwight lead it this time.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, we'll have the minutes, Dawn, please.
The special meeting regarding the 2017 budget was called to order at 7:30 by Supervisor Jeff Taggart. Present were Garrett Sitz, David Brandt, Donnie Smith, Dwight Bruno, Jamie Archibald, and Paul Warner. Patricia Coyle and Wendy Barkhouse read letters asking the town board to restore the $500 for the library budget. Mary Ellen Collier read a letter about the project to make the library handicap accessible. They are working to get a grant to offset a portion of the cost. Ralph Sitz had some questions for the library trustees. He asked if the Wi-Fi was a necessary item for the library to offer. Don Hubbard believes that the Wi-Fi can help with tourism. Garrett made a motion to close the public hearing at 8 p.m. David seconded, and all agreed. The minutes were read from the October 4th, 2016 meeting. Garrett made a motion to accept the minutes as read. David seconded, and all agreed. David Tuthill is replacing Ken Walter from the Kellogg Franklin Trust. Their audit has been completed. Benches have been purchased and the security cameras will be put in and around the building. They have installed a community information kiosk that has been dedicated to Ken and Norma Walter. There's $19,000 in checking and $945,000 in the primary account. New York State DEP is not interested in purchasing any land in the Susquehanna watershed. The parcel will have to be subdivided. James Seward sent a letter to Frontier regarding the town's concerns with the slow repair times. Jamie reported that Mark has all the CHIPS paperwork done. The plow for the new truck has been purchased for $6,200. Bill will mount and wire the plow when it arrives. Mark will relist plow number 2 on the auction site. Mark is writing up the specs for a light-duty truck. Mark would like to bid out 10,000 yards of gravel early. The board gave their approval. The upper shed roof needs to have some work done. It currently has a tin roof. The board would like to see them put it out for bids. Jeff would like to see the board cut $500 from the Historical Society and return $500 to the library. Jeff would like to get a copy of the library budget. Donnie Smith made a motion to cut the money from the Historical Society and give it back to the library. David Grant seconded the motion, and all agreed. Garrett made a motion to accept the budget for 2017 as amended. Donnie seconded, and all agreed. There was a discussion about the water bill for the broken water line at the town office. The bill is for $1,100. Donnie made a motion to offer to pay $600 to the village. Garrett seconded the motion, and all agreed. Garrett made a motion to go into executive session regarding contract negotiations at 8:45 p.m. David seconded the motion. Donnie Smith made a motion to return from executive session at 9:30. Garrett seconded the motion. With nothing further to come before the board, Dwight made a motion to adjourn the meeting at 9:30. Garrett seconded the motion, and all agreed.
Any additions or corrections? Okay, if not, do we have a motion to accept the minutes?
Motion to accept the minutes.
I second it.
Made and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Well, Dave, foundation is usually first.
Okay, just a few items to report on and a couple items for your information. Dawn, I can give you a copy of this after.
Okay.
I only had one copy with me, I've got one at the house.
Okay.
Those new benches that we talked about, are in at the pawn shop. That's all they have to do is be picked up and put there for when they need to be. The trust is considering some possible considerations for the spring. One is doing grounds work on the baseball field, possibly a pavilion on the Kellogg field, and possibly a youth soccer field for the future. As if you haven't heard already, the Kellogg School Building has been sold. And we are in the beginning process of negotiating our current rental space with the new owners. I don't have a lot of information about the new owners except that they're a organic ginseng, mushroom, and garlic producers. And
They're accountants, aren't they? Accounting
yeah,
firm?
it's
They-
I guess they have I guess they have their headquarters in Hobart, but I don't know that much about the company yet. But they have indicated just by one telephone conversation with a new owner that they're interested in letting us stay as tenants, which we're thrilled about. So we'll just have to work out the details and things like that. I will let the board know what transpires with that. The 2017 board positions on the trust board are, I'm taking over as chairperson for Ken Walter, who has moved to the sunny south. The vice chairperson will be James Carey. Treasurer is Joanna Jones. The secretary, Lisa Hike. And the other members are Dwight Bruno, Cecil Davis, and Deborah Tuthill. Our next scheduled meeting is now not going to be till April 26th. We kind of cool it for the winter. However, I did make a note that due to the sale of the building, we may need to have another meeting sometime, which I'll again keep you in touch. As far as the finances go, my latest figures were October 31st. The November ones I haven't gotten yet. The Morgan Stanley account is approximately $938,000. The checking account is $19,700. And a note with that is that usually in December there's a dividend that will probably up that checking account even more. So that seems to be in a healthy state. Couple things just for information. The Kellogg Trust Board is going to purchase some units from a company called Call 'em All for a community notification service. It's like a robocall type organization without Barlow's and all that kind of thing. There really isn't any way for the community to communicate with one another. So it's something we're going to experiment with, but that's something that hopefully all the organizations in the village can use. The Kellogg Education and Community Center has a Winter Wonderland Lego display at Bright Hill Press until December 17th. The December 3rd Lego event had 44 students and 22 adults. It was mobbed. And that, of course, is funded by a grant from the D.A. Kellogg Memorial Fund. But if anybody wants to stop down at Bright Hill Press and look at the displays the kids built, some of the kids built their own gingerbread houses out of Legos. And then there's a Winter Wonderland display as well. I guess that's it, unless there's any questions from the board.
Any questions from the board or from anybody?
Has anybody told Glenn and Rachel that the building's been sold?
I have not. I assume they know. It's pretty much been around town that the building's been sold.
I haven't been.
But until I really didn't feel free to say anything until I actually talk to the owners and
Right.
find out exactly what the plans are. But like I said, the indications at the moment are, the only thing I know for sure is they're gonna be in the building and they want us to stay as tenants. I've heard lots of rumors. I've heard people say they're planning on employing 25 to 30 people. That'd be great. That would be fabulous for the town
Yep.
and the community. But those are all just rumors. I only know that much. The name of the lady who owns it is Eva Singh, Z-I-N-G. And her son, I guess, is also involved. So hopefully I'm gonna get together with her sometime this week was the plan to.
Okay. You know, Scotty Clark, he called me 2 weeks ago anyway.
Yeah, it was kind of a quick, I mean,
Yeah, it happened.
when they decided they wanted to close like 2 days later.
Right. And it sounded, I mean, he was saying it's some accountant firm out of California is where that's
That
where
might
the
be,
base
that might be their funding base. I mean,
Right.
I heard it was a wealthy organization. I don't know if that's
Well,
true or not, but.
They bought the school, it had to have some money. But yes,
So they're
I don't know if
gonna,
you could feel free to answer this
Oh.
or not, but can I ask how much you got for the building and
Well-
how
well,
much
we-
square footage it is?
Well, we didn't own the building. It was
Okay.
sold by OSP, which is the organization that's got. I'm not privy to how much the building was sold for. I have no idea what you got for it. I know at one point they were asking $750,000.
Right.
No, I don't.
Then
I
they put the
suspect-
roof on
They did put a brand new roof on it.
for 160 or something.
Yeah,
I know, in the Walton Reporter, they have page, it shows the, you know, transfer of property. And the sum of taxes they paid, it was 6,000 or 7,000. So I'm not, you know, and most of
That
them
was a
are
lot.
300-400, you know, or smaller. So, you know,
It was a substantial amount of money.
I would think probably David's range or more.
And on that note too, for the town, it's a good thing because they'll be on the tax rolls. So you have a nice building.
It was talked about at the planning board, and at this time, well, I'm sure it'll get worked out. Manufactured is not allowed in Hamlet.
Yeah, so I don't know I don't know what their plans are.
Right,
I
right.
can't speak for that.
And we were hoping to have somebody come to the planning board, but they never got a hold of the county planner or anybody, so.
She did tell me that they're planning on remodeling the kitchen, so I assume they're gonna be doing something in there. That's all I know.
Right.
I don't know what they're doing or just what I've been told.
Well,
Seems
I
like,
will keep you informed as much as I can as far as the center goes, but as far as the facility goes, I believe that'll be between them and the town board.
planning
That's-
board.
That'll be their,
Yeah.
I think an office building would be a logical choice for that building.
yeah, I have no idea what their plans are for the building.
We manufacture ginseng, is what
Well,
Scotty Clark
Well,
said.
it
Yeah,
has
but-
to be grown, huh?
yeah, I think I
Well-
think what they're talking about is probably a, what do you call it, not manufactured, but
Packaging.
processing and packaging is what I'm thinking. So probably the kitchen will be their processing plant. That's,
But supposedly the Catskills are prime area for
Oh.
ginseng.
apparently it's really big money, especially in Asia.
Right, right.
And they are an oriental group of people, so,
Okay.
there may be some,
Thank you, Dave.
okay.
Okay.
Oh, do you wanna
Oh,
just the-
oh. We have a letter here from Wayne Reynolds, about the request for speed limit reduction here on, the road, County Route 16. Our office will perform the review of the speed limits of the town road to assess the current situation and outline opportunities for improvement. And if you have any, we will notify you and the appropriate agencies of the results of our review. If you have any questions, feel free to contact Mr. Adam, Rupakus, of this office. It's in Binghamton, I believe, 721. Maybe a Delhi. Pardon? Mr. Adam came from DOT, right? So it is being looked at. We'll go from there.
I just don't want you to forget that.
Yes, Friday at
important.
2 o'clock. The DOT, Assemblyman Cliff Crouch and Jim Seward's office, they're gonna unveil the sign for Nick Uzinski Memorial Highway. The sign is at North Franklin by Sitz's Golf Course. It's gonna, the state's gonna be there to unveil it, I guess. And it's gonna be, understand honor guard there and stuff for it. So if anybody's interested in coming, sounds like the day's not supposed to be the nicest day, but make do with what we got. So that's at Friday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, Mark, I guess we'll go to you at this time.
I don't know if you guys know him, but Bill Van Gorder used to be from Sydney Center. He worked for Manning, and he asked me if I could talk to you guys about having him come in and introduce himself. He'd like to look at the insurance sometime. They had that at one time, but I was talking to him today, and they said that I didn't see a problem with it, but ask you guys. He just wanted to come introduce himself. It's up in May, the end of May.
Right, right.
And I know in the past we said something about maybe rebuilding or checking out and stuff.
Seems to be creeping up each year a little bit, not much, but
Yep,
competition is never a bad thing.
yeah, so if you want, I'll contact you, someone come to the
How's
house.
the board feel?
Oh, yeah, nothing, won't hurt to listen to it.
Yep. Yep.
Pick up, I'm working on a spec, I haven't gotten too uptight about it. After talking to a bunch of people about the state bid and stuff, some of them had put out just a light spec, you know, for pickup, you know, put in there what we wanted, and then get it to Ford, Chevy, all of them, and let them go at it. Most times it had been below the state price.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's what I'm doing, I'm just trying to figure out how I want to get that done. Gravel, I haven't done anything.
Okay.
One of the problems is gonna be if I do it this early is you get a snowstorm and I can't get them in down there to see what they got to battle, you know, to get gravel through there, but, if the weather stays halfway decent, we'll,
Sooner the better.
Yeah.
First on the list rather than,
yep. The plow, I didn't list it, one of the reasons, I found a bunch of parts for that thing. And, you got thinking about it, you know, like, some of the times, you know, like, the other two trucks are out, we need to get the town clerk done and stuff like that, so we were thinking about buying them out and put it on the one I drive. They'll be there at the shop, you know, in case
be
somebody.
available if you have to use it.
Yeah, and for what we got for the last one and the parts we got, I think it's just best interest.
Yep, I think that's a great idea. I don't know how the board feels.
Salt and stuff, you know, of course, you can see we got knocked with a couple storms, but we've been getting salt back in, and we drew some sand in and stuff, on last year. Actually, they dropped the price on it. We were at about, was it 2,000 yards? They called and they didn't have any room, so they wanted us to move it. And we had some extra money left in that account, so we got it at quite a break, so all that. And executive session for a few minutes. Appointment. Okay, talk about that, and then, that's about it right now.
Okay. You do have this, right?
Yeah, everybody's got a copy.
Okay.
Yep.
The planning board meeting was held Thursday night, and, I call it the cat house, but it isn't, it's where was it Love and Hope? Is that what it is, where
Yeah, Love and
the cat sanctuary?
Yeah, cat sanctuary.
Which is, it's just refer, I mean, there's no red light up there.
The red
so
light
you don't have to worry about it. But, yeah, be busier probably. But she's, the lady and her husband came to the planning board meeting, and they subdivided the tax exempt parcel into 3 lots, a simple subdivision. So there's like a 20-some acre lot, which they plan on buying from the tax exempt entity. And then hopefully they got where this cat sanctuary is, and then there's an office and an apartment or whatever in front.
Yes.
That's like 4 or 5 acres maybe in the,
So it's done, let's go on.
the other ones that applied and are divided, yes, they are.
I thought it was.
He's talking of it. He wanted to know what he could do. And the other thing on the agenda was the Russian Orthodox Church came in, and about 3-4 years ago, they bought a parcel, a 38-acre parcel on Henry Edwards Road, which is going all tax exempt. And now they're talking, he's gotta talk to his elders or somebody to get the okay. He would like to divide 10 acres, 11 acres off of the 38, and either divide it in 2 lots. We suggested the planning board suggested, and I have a hard time keeping my mouth shut. To put it into two lots, 2 5-acre lots, and if one person buys it, it's great. But you can get more per acre and the assessed value is more, so when they get sold from the church, they should be back on the tax roll. And the same thing with the other parcel with the cat thing there, you know, those two parcels, they sell it out of the tax exempt entity, they will come back on the tax roll too, which is, and I did thank the town crew, which was, well, negotiators actually, Paul and Jamie, for doing such a good job on removing the hedgerow, because that's why the people wanna possibly divide that off, because they made it ugly. Well, that's what went through the planning board in December. So that was good news, I thought, you know, at least there may be, you know, we did get $140 out of the cat sanctuary for doing the simple subdivision, but we may make out better than that, because we'll get the land back on the tax roll. I don't know, did we talk about last month about the special use permits? It seems like Brian said, yeah, they both went through. Yeah, okay. That was, I don't know, Charlie Reynolds' old garage, Jim Shaw, John Shaw, is gonna open a motorcycle shop there. He's bought the house and garage, so he had to go through a special use permit to do that. And then, the Dutch recycling, no, Dutch redemption, which is right now, it's in Maridale. They're gonna be moving to North Franklin, at JR's used cars on the corner, to open a bottle redemption center there. So, I guess that's,
Get the traffic circle and they can go in the center.
Check the governor.
They was full enough to fling 'em off the window.
Won't have to go far to pick them up.
this must be an article that's being released, or has
I
been.
think it was on the, 19th of
Yes, and,
October.
yeah,
I thought this was-
I thought it was like,
I thought, yeah, I don't remember seeing that.
I don't.
Maybe it's
Just
something
got
that's.
a letter or a printout from the Wall Reporter about the DEP buying land outside of the watershed. And they have the right to do that. They have done it before, and I'm not sure if there's anything we can do. The only thing we can try to do is have the landowners sell it to the adjoining landowners. But it's 5.3 acres is what it adds up to. And we'll let Dave report on, Dave and I went to the public hearing on solar panels in Harpersfield. They had. So go ahead, Dave.
Well, it was pretty one-sided, just a bunch of people that live around where the proposed site is, and they don't want it. They, I guess my opinion, probably just opinion is it was some people, green people, but they don't want it in their backyard. And I think that, lack of a better word, that's basically what I got out of the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
The solar company didn't get much opportunity to defend themselves too much, but it was interesting.
Well attended. And they were ready, the people, I mean, they had some good concerns, and I initially the setback wasn't gonna be, the company had agreed to go to 100-foot setback to the fence, and there's, the biggest problem with this parcel, as far as what I understand, there's road around it. So, on all sides of the property, there's basically a road. Well, on the other side of the road are individual homeowners. And they're not too keen on looking at 60 acres of solar panels. Because they're proposing 3 20-acre solar farms. And, I did voice my opinion that, I'm not against green, but this is big industrial operation. I said, you know, you just, if you had one solar, 20-acre solar farm on this, 280 acres is what this parcel size is. You could get it away from the road front. You get it back in 400 feet, and all the scrub brush and stuff like that, you're never gonna see it unless you're in a plane, or maybe down the road a long ways you might be able to see it on the side hill. But the people were very concerned, and I was shocked that they were gonna have 40-some acres of woods were gonna be cut for these 3 panels. And one had 20-some acres, and one parcel was 20-some acres was gonna be cut for this one 20-acre solar panel. I mean, we came in just not knowing anything. So we never saw where the parcel was, where the panels were gonna be, and saw the lot and all this. So it was interesting, but that group there, everybody that was there, they weren't really happy. They never got any answer on what's the advantage of having them. You know, what kind of monetary advantage is a town gonna get from it? And they never did give an answer on that. Even the county tax specialist, he was asked, what are we gonna get out of this? I'd rather not answer that, he said. So, you know, they didn't opt out like we did. So they have got a host community payment is what they gotta work out. But I don't know if they have to work it out, because I don't know if there's anything saying they have to make a payment to them. There's no amount set on it, so.
Depends how much they want to pay for their permit.
Well, maybe, that might be how it's tied in. I don't know how it's tied in, I really don't. So, it was interesting, well worth the trip, you know, but, there's a lot more to it than just putting a solar panel farm out there. You know, in the county, I believe the planning department would like to see a moratorium on it for 6 months. Just so they get more site plan review and more information in line, because it doesn't seem like anybody at the county is ready for them.
And they need an environmental review for one thing.
Well, I think that is something they have to do,
Yeah.
but I think the county wants to get a step ahead of everybody before they're all of a sudden a step behind everybody. Because once they get started, they're gonna
Yeah.
go full force, I believe.
If it was to be near me, I would want to know if there was a bond for the removal of the installation.
That was brought
After
up.
it becomes unusable, or the company goes out of business, or something like that.
That's something that has gotta be done, I think, with the landowner. Because it is private land, and it is, you know,
Sort of basically leasing it from.
they're leasing it from them, so. And that's where it's so important. I know a couple of board members here, or at least Dave has, been in touch, they've been in touch with him about, leasing land and stuff. And as soon as, go ahead, Dave, you can tell them.
Well, as soon as you
response we had.
mention something of that nature, they disappear. They don't call you back, they don't ask any more questions. So-
They don't want anybody to know anything. They wanna come in and have everything their way, and that's where you've gotta, unfortunately, you gotta have a good lawyer to.
Has the solar
Protect
companies considered how much sunlight we get here? I mean,
Pardon?
have they considered how much sunlight we get or don't get here?
I guess, they're,
This has been stellar. The weather's been phenomenal.
yeah, but I know that, they're.
Or the raisin company's gonna come to Franklin. They're gonna-
Right.
No, it's
Or a
California
mushroom,
raisin.
a mushroom company's coming, because they know it's so dark all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we get full of shit all the time too, so what the heck, here we go.
I'm the least amount of sunlight any place in New York, or in the United States.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah,
The southern tier was.
yeah.
Because they're talking those three units and doing them boom, boom, boom.
We're less than Seattle.
They've got a